remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
You were born smart. How'd you end up dumb? Every one of you under the sound of my voice was born smart. How did you get to be dumb and love it? It's nothing wrong with you being dumb. The problem is when you love it. Loving to be dumb is the condemnation. That's the problem. Now, if you love smarts, then you'll do something about it. And you'll move your mind from the poverty condition to the rich condition. Do you know people pay thousands of dollars to hear what I've said already? I should already quit now. My time, my seminar should be over by now. People pay thousands of dollars to hear what you heard just now. Maybe you don't think it's important because I didn't charge you for walking in the door. Maybe that's why you don't put any value on it. But the reason I'm having a good time teaching is because of you that are dressed in white. See, you paying for what I teach. And I consider you worthy to receive it. By you giving your life to Yahweh, I consider that your tuition. That makes you worthy when you give your life to Yahweh. Receive me. What makes you special is you love knowledge. The man and woman that love knowledge can move from poverty to riches. It wouldn't do me any good to give you a hotel with a poverty mind, because you'll turn a rich hotel into a whorehouse and a drug dealing den. And all the money you get will be going up your nose. You'll be smoking it. And what will happen to the hotel? You'll lose it. Even if I gave it to you, you couldn't keep it. Oh, glory. First thing you'd want to do is sell it. Get you a car and ride around snorting cocaine and smoking stuff. What? Don't tell me about it. You do it and don't have nothing. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Boy, that man steps on people's toes. Yahweh gets on folks' toes. That's right. I'm steady getting up. I'm teaching everybody around me to get up. Get up. Come out of poverty to riches. Come on up. And I have a university full of students that believe in high class, first class, upper class. Love the idea of being smart, bright, quick thought, quick wit, witty. Why am I talking like that? This is my background for my topic of ethics. My subject, every Saturday night until I get tired. And I'll never get tired. But until I decide to change it to another word, right now it's ethics. That's another word right now. You that want to be smart, write the word down, ethics. How many know that men who get rich don't tell other folk what they know? They don't want competition. They figure if everybody knows what he knows, they'll have what he has. And he doesn't want everybody to have what he has. He wants to be rich so everybody will look up to him. Rich men are selfish. They have knowledge on how to get rich. They won't really tell you. I'm the only man on earth that is sharing all I can with you, all that you can receive. Just think, you can tell I must be smart. Your common sense tells you that I'm smart. I couldn't possibly build the empire that I have built and be dumb. Or everybody would be building one. But I'm here to share with you how to build the kingdom of Yahweh. You can come and help build. You don't have to sit back in poverty. You can live the lifestyle of the rich and famous, and I'll help you live it. But I'm not going to make you live it. I said I will help you live it. I will show you how to live the lifestyle of the rich and the famous. That's what I'm doing tonight. I'm saying the people who are rich and famous are smart people. All of them are smart people. Not all of them are righteous people, but they're smart people. I'm here to show you how to be smart forever and rich forever. You go to college 4 years, 6 years, college 8 years, and if you've never been, you think that's where people learn to be smart. And it's not. The smart people make the money from all the people who go to college. The smart ones don't go to college. They make money from everybody that go. They use the ones that went to college to make their money for them. Because the ones that go to college don't know how to make money. They're not programmed, they're not brainwashed in college to make money. If you went to college, you know you didn't learn how to make money in college. You might have learned how to play football in college, but you didn't learn how to make money. You may have learned how to play some sports, but you didn't learn how to make money. You don't learn how to be successful in college. They don't teach that. They don't play that. You pay $50,000 to $80,000 for your college education, and you never learn how to be smart. You couldn't be too smart and pay $80,000 to sit around for 8 years. I mean, what could be smart about that? That's got to be dumb. What? What do you learn in college? How to get a job. Some fools figure that out in high school, how to get a job. Some folk left high school and had a house 8 years by the time you graduate. They've been living in a house 8 years. And then they brainwash you when they hand you 3 or 4 pieces of paper. You brainwash to think you smart and don't know how to make money. Got all that paper. 4 years, 8 years later, you have all this paper in your hand. Been sitting down for 8 years, walking across the stage, got you all brainwashed, your chest all out, and you don't know how to be successful. It may hurt for me to tell you, but you know I'm telling the truth. You sitting in the stand cheering for a man and dunking the ball for 4 years, and when he leaves school, he can't read. He played 4 years and didn't get paid. How can that be smart? He played every night for somebody, and there's 15, 20,000 folk there every night paying $10, $200,000 a night, plus college TV receipts, $1 million every night, and here's all these niggas run up and down the court and don't get a dime for 4 years. Make the school rich. The smart ones are getting rich. The dumb ones running up and down the court. He hoped he can get a job with the NBA at the end of 4 years. He hoped. Only 1 out of 10,000 get a job with the NBA. What happened to the rest of the 9,999 dummies? They don't even allow you to have a car in college playing ball because they say that's conflict of the rules. What? It may hurt what I'm telling you, but it's the truth. Play football in college and the stands are packed. 50, 100,000 folk every time you play. $4 or $5 million every time you play, and you don't get a dime for 4 years and come out with your leg broke. Can't walk. 2 or 3 knee operations. And you're going to tell me you're smart? And can't read when you get out either. Can't even read. Knock down everybody on the field. Come off the field and can't read his name in boxcar letters and a neon sign. Walk crippled the rest of your life. Huh? You're 25 years old and walk like a 400-year-old man. Yeah. And you be thinking that's a hip walk. Little young dummies trying to imitate you. Nigga walk like that because his knees are bad. We're talking about poverty thoughts. Not being smart. Smart. Make me smart, daughter.
Smart. Characterized by sharp, quick movements. Energetic. Characterized by sharpness in dealing.
In dealing. D-E-A-L-I-N-G. Sharpness in making deals. Most of us don't know what a deal is. Don't know how to determine a deal. That's another word you need to write down. So this whole subject is all about economics and making money and being rich, smart. All these words lead you to economics, power. Leads you how to be rich. But it doesn't tell you how to be rich forever. Now, okay, thank you for being, how many feel a little more smart right now? Okay, if you don't feel more smart, you know what you got to do. You should feel a little more smart than when you first came here. At least I put you on the road to being smart. At least I showed you where the smart road is. It's in the dictionary. Look up those words. Then I can talk to you about this when I see you again. We'll have something to talk about other than now I'm going to speak to you on how you be rich forever and live forever. It's called by practicing ethical behavior. And that's Deuteronomy chapter 8. And we're going to cover one word. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 11. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 11. See, after you come into possession of riches, that's the beginning. There's any number of ways you can come into a possession of riches. But how to preserve those riches, how to keep them, gets to be a sensitive issue. And since you're unable to get this on your own, then you need to learn who can give it to you and who can teach you how to keep it. Let's read verse 11. Read.
Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God Yahweh, in not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Now this sounds to me like a warning. Be aware. Look up beware for me. Beware. If you've never known Yahweh, that's proof you have forgotten Yahweh. If you're not aware of Yahweh and have forgotten Yahweh, then you are not keeping his statutes, judgments, commandments, and laws. And they are important. Now, if you don't believe they're important, let's go to Joshua 1:8 for a minute. That's the very next book, I believe. After Deuteronomy? Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 8. Let's see if the judgments and the statutes and the book of the law is important, and if you keep them, what they'll do for you. Read.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
All right, now let's go back to Deuteronomy 8, verse 11. See, this book that you're reading from and that you just heard us read from is the book of the law. And you just read and heard that if you meditate in this book and do all that is written in this book, then you will be able to make your way prosperous. And you, even you, will be able to enjoy good success. And after you get good success and get prosperity, you're warned here in Deuteronomy 8, verse 11, be aware now, be careful, that you forget not the Lord your God, Yahweh. Now give me beware.
Beware. To be on guard against.
To be on guard against forgetting. That says something to me. That says to me that the mind has a normal proclivity toward forgetting. That's what it says to me. Yeah, what Jeremiah 17:9. Yeah, let's take a look at that for a second. Jeremiah 17:9. See, the mind is a fella you got to watch out for. You can't trust your mind. Most of us want to trust our mind, and we end up in trouble. Jeremiah 17:9. Read.
The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately
So now that tells me, don't trust your mind. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 8:11. No wonder we are warned to be on guard against trusting our mind. It's telling us here that the only thing we can trust in is the written word of Yahweh, wherein he has expressed his law, judgments, commandments, statutes. And he put it in a book, because the words in the book won't change. They'll be there for you, constant. And you're warned, don't listen to your mind. Don't trust your mind to keep the law. Be aware. Be on guard against forgetting Yahweh. Why? Because he's the source of your prosperity. He is the source of your good success. And if you forget Yahweh, you'll lose what you gain. Isn't it marvelous to have me come and show you how to not only get wealth, but keep it? How many understand clearly I'm showing you how to never lose your wealth? The way you never lose your wealth is what? Never forget Yahweh. Be on guard against your mind taking you off on tangents. Be careful. Don't let your mind take you off on the love of material things. See, the material object is not what made you wealthy. It's keeping the laws of Yahweh, remembering Yahweh, meditating in the laws of Yahweh. That is what brings you. He is the one that brings you the wealth. That is his blessing. Proof is each of us here make less money than most of you sitting here. We make less money than you. So why don't you have more than we have? See? You don't have. And each of you here didn't have without Yahweh what you have with Yahweh. In any form. And you know, if you turn your back on Yahweh, you instantly, the moment you turn your back and walk away from Yahweh, you walk away from all your wealth. What? And every one of us know that. And the world is marveling at our prosperity. And the world marvels at our good success. And I'm saying to you and the world, I am here to give you prosperity and good success. And I'm showing you how you're going to be able to keep it and preserve it by being aware. Don't trust your deceitful mind. It's deceitful above everything. It is, your mind is desperately wicked. I said, your mind is desperately wicked and deceitful above all things. Your mind will tell you all kind of crazy stuff. That's why if you meditate in the law of Yahweh day and night, you don't have to worry about your mind, because see, you occupied. Your mind can't lead you off, because see, you occupied doing what Yahweh said do. And I guarantee you, if you don't keep your mind occupied on Yahweh, your mind will have you tricked off into all kind of crazy thoughts. Yeah, your mind will have you going against what's good for you. Your old deceitful mind will make you look at something that's not good, and you'll sit there and evaluate it and know it's not good and still do it. What? Now, if that's not deceitful, I mean, you allow yourself to be deceived. You turn around and deceive your own self. I think I'll fool myself this morning. I think I'll eat one of my mind-deceiving pills today. Be aware. You have to admit tonight, I'm teaching you the whole truth. And are my teachings tonight good for you? Are they smart teachings? If you obey them, will you classify yourself as being smart? You're hearing wisdom that you don't hear anywhere else. This is smart wisdom. Be aware, baby. Give me some more be aware. Beware. Beware.
Beware. Be cautious of.
Uh-oh, Lord, the word is caution. See, that's another word you have to look up. That means you have to consider beforehand. Before you act, before you make a move, you consider the good and the bad of that move, the consequences. What will happen if I do this? What will happen if I do not do this? That's what beware means. It's if I stop meditating in the law day and night, what will happen to me? What will my mind, if I give it free time, what will my mind do? Well, I'm warning you what it will do. It will deceive you. It is deceitful above all things. So if you give your mind idle time, the devil takes over. You will oppose your own good. You will oppose, your mind will oppose your own salvation. And you'll sit there and observe your mind telling you to do something that you know better than to do. But I guarantee you, when you fall victim, it's because you're not meditating in the law of Yahweh day and night. You are not keeping your mind stayed on Yahweh. Huh? You're not being aware. See, you have to be aware. You exercise caution. Beware.
Beware. To be wary or careful.
To be careful about it. This Bible is telling me in verse 11, be careful to not forget Yahweh. Be cautious. Use caution when it comes to Yahweh and his laws and statutes, judgments, and commandments. Don't ever get so busy that you neglect the laws of Yahweh. Say, I don't have time to study. I'm not going to set no time aside to meditate in the laws of Yahweh. I love Yahweh. I love Yahweh. I know I love Yahweh. I know I'll never leave Yahweh. I know I'll always be in Yahweh. And the next thing you know, when you're talking to people, you're never talking about the law. You talk to people and maybe you're not wicked, but see, your conversation still is not about the law. Ever. You don't ever talk about the law. You want to talk about everything but the law. See, and then all of a sudden, when it comes to the law, it gets to be painful to you. It gets to be uncomfortable to you. You get to be like all other folk that you start off talking about. Then you're sitting around talking about somebody. Yeah, you'll find somebody that's got a fault, and other folk, you'll get somebody else to agree with you that they got a fault, and then you'll have a little session around you talking about somebody else's fault. Yes, you will. But you don't sit around with these same sisters laughing and talking about the law. I'm watching you. And you guilty, I'm talking straight to you. Don't be asking me tonight, later tomorrow, am I talking about you tonight? Yes! I'm talking about you. I should hear you talking about the law sometime, the statutes sometime, the commandments sometime, the judgments sometime. I shouldn't just hear laughter from you and 5 or 6 of your little buddies all the time about everything but the law. Never. not so much now about are you the victim of somebody else talking about you. It's are you guilty of never talking about the law of Yahweh. Search yourself. If you are, I'm warning you. Beware. You're not going to be able to skate into heaven on my coattails. You're going to have the law in your inward parts. Don't try to lose yourself in accounting. See, you can account for Yahweh all you want to, but you better hold yourself accountable to the law. You might keep my records better than anybody ever kept a record in their life. But if that's all you do is keep records, you'll end up in hell because your mind is not in the law. And when you leave your little account and you get so tired, you don't discuss the law when you wake up. You don't discuss the law all day because you're in accounting. Then when you get through with that, you're so tired, you're ready to go to bed. And where's Yahweh's law in your mind? You don't have no time that you ever sit down and read the law. Yes, I'm talking about. Beware. When you're studying the law, I can ask you certain questions and I'll get innate wisdom from you. Because, see, your answers are based on the law. Yeah. Yeah. Some of y'all hear me. All of you may not hear me, but see, some of y'all hear me. But if you never study the law, when I ask you certain questions, you'll give me answers from your head. And I can tell the difference between a head answer and a spiritual answer. And some people think because they can quote a scripture that they are spiritual. See, quoting the scripture isn't going to help you if you don't live it. You have to be able to let what you quote live inside you. This is a pure spiritual class. Oh, you need it. How do I know you need it? Because Yahweh's talking to you through me. Yahweh is definitely talking to you, addressing your spiritual vacuum. And it will cause you to say you love the law, but you don't want to go along with the law. Something's missing in your life. How can you tell me you love the law of Yahweh, but you want to pick the laws you love? Some of the laws make you feel uncomfortable, so you don't want to go along with those. You love the law as long as it's what you can go along with. But that part that makes you feel uncomfortable, you don't want to go with that one, so you get amnesia. Beware. I'm talking about ethics. What good is it for me to give you the world and you don't remember Yahweh? Now you are free to choose to be in the law, meditate in the law, or not. It's always your free choice. That's the beauty of Yahweh. If he made you like a bee or an ant, you wouldn't have an excuse. You see, they don't have any, and they don't make any. They do just what they programmed to do. But see, you carry the burden of choice. You carry the burden of freedom. Freedom is being like Yahweh. You have the choice to be just like Yahweh. Yahweh is the mighty sovereign. And he chooses good over evil. He makes both of them. See, Yahweh created evil. Don't think evil created itself. The devil didn't create evil. Yahweh created evil. Just to show you he can triumph over it. He create good, he create evil. Then he show you he's the master of evil. No matter how powerful evil is, he mastered it. That's what makes him the sovereign, the majestic one. Praise God. See, Yahweh is the creator of nothing. Just so he can demonstrate his power to create something out of nothing. That makes him the sovereign over nothing. Yahweh creates the seen and the unseen. And he's the master of both. Now, he created evil and he created good. He exercises choice. Though he shows you examples of evil in his creation, he shows you darkness in his creation, then he creates light to conquer darkness. Darkness still exists when light is present. But see, light is dominating the darkness. If you don't believe darkness is here, cut out the lights. If we cut off all the lights, you'll discover darkness is here. But darkness has to submit to light. If darkness is not here, where did it go? When we cut the lights on, where did darkness go? And if darkness is gone because we cut the lights on, how does it get back so fast when we cut it off? If it went somewhere. It must be here. The problem is you can't see darkness in the midst of light because light is dominant. Light rules over darkness. So what kind of mind do you need? Yahweh created both, dark and light. But you see, the light dominates dark. But it takes power to exercise light over darkness. It requires power. In order for darkness to prevail, you have to cut the power to the light. The only way darkness can rule is you cut the power source of light off. See, so light requires power. Light is an exercise of power. In me is life. In me is light. In me is power. My power rules over the darkness in your mind. But see, I am power. All power. I am all powerful. I exhibit light from within myself. Conquer darkness outside myself. Beware. Lest you forget Yahweh. Calling Yahweh's name does not mean you know Yahweh. You have to study Yahweh. You don't tell me, don't come to me with any excuses that you don't pick up the book and study the words of Yahweh and study his laws. See, don't get that busy. Why do I need to tell you that? You ought to know that. And since you have that deceitful mind telling you something else. See, you don't forget to eat. You don't forget to fix yourself some food. You know, you don't forget to sleep. There's a lot of things you don't forget. You don't forget to drink stuff. Drink all kinds of stuff. You don't forget. What? But why is it picking up the Bible is a problem? Why are you so busy? You have picked it up in your life. Why are you getting so busy now that you don't have time to pick it up? Is your deceitful mind at work? Do you rather sleep than read the book? Well, see, I don't read the Bible in the morning because I'm rushing to get to the temple for prayer. Why don't you get up a little earlier then? You're getting up early enough to run here. Why don't you get up early enough to pick up the book? Don't give me excuses. I won't let you make any. I'll jump on excuses. Oh, glory. You just as well shout. Why don't you shout? Y'all shout when I talk about people and all kinds of. Why don't y'all shout now? I'm on your case. You're on my case. Well, why don't you shout because I'm on your case? Don't you love instruction? See, if you knew the law, you'd rejoice. Because the law says that the children of Yahweh love correction. So why aren't you up, jumping? When somebody else is corrected, you be jumping around. I'm not going to stand up and clap. You ought to stand up and clap. Because I'm not talking about your body standing up. I'm talking about your mind. I told you what I'm teaching tonight is allegorical. I'm talking about you sitting down and standing up in your mind. Sometimes you try to fool me by standing up physically. I'm on your case every kind of way you can look at it. Beware, beware, beware.
Know and rest